You know those times when you're completely immersed in what you're doing and everything just clicks. Hours can pass without you even realizing it, and the work almost feels effortless. That's flow. And the good news is, you can actually train yourself to reach that state more often. Let's break it down step by step. Start with clear, meaningful goals. The first step to getting into flow is knowing exactly what you want to work on. If your goal is too vague, your brain doesn't have a clear direction, and it's harder to focus. Instead of saying, I need to write, try something more specific, like draft the introduction to my article, outline the first module of my coaching program, edit 1,000 words of my manuscript. When your brain knows exactly what the task is, it doesn't waste energy deciding what to do next. You can just dive in. Find the sweet spot between challenge and skill. One of the most important ingredients for flow is the balance between challenge and skill. If a task is too easy, you'll get bored. But if it's too hard, you'll get frustrated and tempted to quit. The sweet spot is where the task is challenging enough to stretch your abilities, but still within reach. For example, if writing a full article feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps, like brainstorming bullet points or drafting just one section. This makes the task feel less daunting, so you can start building momentum. Set up a distraction-free environment. Your environment can either support or sabotage your focus. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it is to get into flow. Declutter your space. A tidy desk helps clear mental clutter too. Silence notifications. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, or even better, leave it in another room. Use website blockers. If you're tempted to check social media or news, use tools like Freedom or Cold Turkey to block distracting sites during work sessions. Curate your soundscape. Music can be a powerful tool for focus. Try instrumental music, lo-fi beats, nature sounds, or even binaural beats designed to enhance concentration. Experiment to see what works best for you. Some people thrive in silence, while others focus better with gentle background noise. Create a pre-work ritual. Having a little ritual before you start can train your brain to switch into focus mode more easily. This doesn't have to be complicated, just something that signals to your mind, okay, it's time to work now. Here are a few ideas. Make a cup of tea or coffee. Do a quick stretch or breathing exercise. Light a candle or turn on a desk lamp. Journal for a minute or two to clear your head. Say a simple phrase like, let's get started. Over time, this ritual becomes a cue for your brain to transition into deep focus. Work in deep focus blocks. Once you start working, try to stay focused on just one task for a solid block of time. 60-90 minutes is a great range for deep work, but even 30 minutes can be powerful. Single task only. Don't switch between tasks. Multitasking breaks your focus. Ignore perfectionism. If you get stuck, keep moving forward. Even if your work isn't perfect yet, you can always refine it later. Use a timer. Some people find it helpful to set a timer to create a mental boundary for their work session. It can make it easier to commit to focusing, knowing there's a defined end point. If you start to lose focus, resist the urge to quit right away. See if you can push through for just a few more minutes. Sometimes that's all it takes to slide back into flow. Take intentional breaks. Flow doesn't last forever, and that's okay. When you feel your energy dip, take a real break to recharge. Step away from your screen, move your body, or do something completely unrelated to your work. Quick ways to reset. Go for a short walk outside. Do a few stretches or yoga poses. Meditate or do a breathing exercise. Grab a snack or drink some water. The key is to give your brain a chance to rest so you can return to work feeling refreshed and ready to dive back into flow. Practice and experiment. Flow is a skill. The more you practice creating the right conditions, the easier it gets to enter that state. And everyone's brain works a little differently, so don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques to see what works best for you. Maybe you find that you flow best in the morning after a workout, or that you need 15 minutes of journaling to clear mental clutter before you can focus. The more you learn about your own rhythms and triggers, the better you can design your day to support flow.